Hello everyone, this is Chadi and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making some miniature curtains. Some of these may apply to your regular size curtains, so you might want to watch it. So let's just get started. Alrighty. So I just went on and drew my window. Well, it's actually a bit smaller than this, but just to give you an idea, okay? I drew my window exactly. So to my window on the top, okay, and I know you all do a lot of, the one special you do so when you've done this, but there's a couple of things that are very important to do on a curtain that I thought I'd just go ahead and give you the idea, and that you can apply that to any curtain you make, okay? So once you have your length that you want, and by the way, this is the length that I want all together, including my little rod, the width of my little rod, because it's going to come right straight right on top of the window anyway, okay? So it all includes in my length, okay? Alrighty, so on the top of the curtain, you're gonna have an 1/8 of an inch. This is in the little curtains, okay, and the mini curtains. I drew an 1/8 of an inch. That's the little, piece of fabric you're gonna turn in, and then I add to that another 1/2 an inch, which when you turn it, let me see if I can get this in here like so, and turn it on 1/2 an inch. See, you have that. You have this, and then you have this, okay? All right? And you got the top basically, let's just say, done. That's what you need for your extra fabric on your dollhouse, on your doll drapes. On your dollhouse mini drapes, excuse me. I seem to talk today. I don't know why I'm having problems today. Anyway, so you're gonna add, actually it all together is an 1/8 and then a 1/2 an inch. And that's what it's gonna come down to the top, okay? Once you add that in there, and what I did, like I said, I just kind of drew my little window and did it that way. Once you do that, then, and this is what is so important, if you want a curtain to hang beautiful, and I'm talking about, regular size, or even, dollhouse house, why not? I had a friend of mine at one time, and the kids were still small. She was a home decorator, and she did some beautiful stuff. Anyway, I needed to give me some curtains for the girls' room, and I didn't want anything extravagant, something simple, but, I needed somebody to do it. So she asked me, she says, well, you can do them. I said, what do you mean I can do them? They were so intimidating. I don't know why, because I could make you a dress, but for some reason, the drapery was very intimidating. Anyway, this is what she gave me this, the idea, is that you need to put on, now in a regular size curtain, you want to have it to the size of the panel. This is after you have your length, okay? This is the extra. 3 inches and 3 inches. In other words, you want to have 3 inches. Say the bottom is 3 inches. And then another 3 inches, and then you fold. So it turns out that you're gonna have 3 plies of fabric, which is good, because that's gonna fall down nice and down, okay? This is exactly what I did to my curtain. And look how nice it did, okay? This is not very good lace, by the way, and I'm sorry, because it is even, everything, and then yet it doesn't look even. But anyway, and here looks better. But this is what I did. On this one I did 1/2 an inch, fold it, press it. You want to press each time, and then fold it again and press it again. And when you get done, you have a nice, nice hem. Now, if it's a regular type of curtain, you're going to sew it on the sewing machine. And I know the little trick of mine that I like to pass it on, and you may already know it, but for those that don't, it's very simple. When you sew things on the excuse me, when you sew a curtain like this with the three, you know, fabrics in it, in the regular sewing machine, in your sewing machine, if you do the straight stitch, sometimes it's gonna pull. I mean, even if you try the extension, somehow it's gonna pull a little bit. It looks like it's pulling a little bit. I do a slightly zigzag, just barely. What that barely, when you sew it, okay, as a straight stitch, that barely is gonna make it look good, and it's not going to be pulling, okay? And that's very important. So I thought I'd pass that one on. All right. So what we did here then, we did the ½ inch, another ½ an inch, and then turn it. Okay, and each time, like I say, you'll be pressing it with the iron. On the other side, I did the same thing. I did ½ an inch and another ½ an inch and fold it. So here we got my top, my sides all together, and I have the width to go with it. So when you have your window, I mean when you're making your drapes, you say, okay, here's my window, and on the side I have to have ½ an inch on each side for the minis, and 3 inches for the regular windows. Okay, and like I said, when I do my windows, when I did my drapes, I fold 3 inches, measuring all the way down and pressing it. Then I went down, and even though it folded, I still measure it all the way down because it can effectuate, okay? No problem. And that way you have it ready to go. And then as the second time, I will be pinning them, you know, to be ready for the sewing machine. So the same thing on the other side, okay? You do the same thing, but you also do it at the bottom, okay? That's the magic number, 3 inches. 3, 3, turn, 3, 3, you turn and you turn. And the bottom, you do the same, 3 inches and 3 inches, and you turn. Okay, and here you go. Now, to get them done, this is what you're going to do. And I have another one here somewhere. Well, it's here. Oh my good. Oh, here it is. I thought I lost it. So, what I did on this one already is that I folded, these are the sides, okay? And it doesn't look right. Believe me, it fits. It's just the silly fabric. I wish I had not done it. But yeah, it's, because this is kind of gathered from the dial, but yeah, see, it fits. So it don't look it, but believe me, it's the right size. Okay, so what I did is, in here, I folded ½ an inch, then I folded another ½ an inch, pressing it each time, and then I did the same thing on here, okay? Once I did on the minis, on the little miniature drapes, curtains, really, these are not drapes, this is just lace curtains. There's a difference. Anyway, so I did the hem stitch by hand, okay, on both sides. Now, I waited to do the hem because I wanted to show you. And so, now I'm eyeballing mine because this is little, okay? You will have, on the regular size, you would do what do you call it, a 3 inch. So pretend that this is 3 inch, but you're gonna be measuring every so often, okay? Okay, so this is what I did. And I hope it makes sense to you, you know, because sometimes I wonder if I make sense at all. Okay, so what I did, ½ an inch, and now I'm going back to the second ½ an inch. And I know it's going to be fine. Okay, now on the second one, I'll probably pin it. Okay. There we go. If you do this right, and you probably go, hey, why to do this in a dollhouse? Why not? I want my dollhouse to look gorgeous. I don't know about you, but if I'm making something that I'm taking the time to do, by God, by golly, it's gonna be looking great. No, this is a good way to do it, really. I saw a video and I almost went, ah! There's a lady and she did a beautiful job, by the way, and it wasn't so much that she, when we work on a little things, you have to think, I guess you have to think small because things are not going to lay down the same way, okay, that it would, you know, something big. We don't have that much weight on it, okay, so we have to help it. So that's why. Okay, once I did this here, okay, I'm going to do something real quick, and I should have threaded a needle, but it won't take here for a sec. Okay, once you do that, what you like to do is, let me threaten it. Okay. Oh, it went out the first time. How about that? Okay. Because we're going to matter the bottom. And again, you're going to say, why? Well, all that weight on the corners helps too. So here's how I'm going to do it, okay? And I wanted to do it on here. See, we're going to do a matter right here. Very little. But what you can do is put your needle from corner to corner. See it? Fold it like so. Let's see if I could get it to, okay. Can you see it? Fold it right there. Okay, right there. And then what you need to do then is just, you know, like you do a hem. You don't want to pick up too much fabric from the bottom because you don't need to. Okay, whoops. All right, once you do that, and this thing has to be smack at the edge of the hem, okay? And you turn it, okay. Let me go ahead and stitch it. You're gonna have a beautiful matted corner, okay? Well, that little bit of weight in there makes the curtains or drapes fall prettier. It kind of gives it like a, you know, a little heavy there, and it will kind of hang a little better, okay? And once you do this, I'll just go back in here, finish up, okay? And by the way, on the big curtains, the hem, I do it by hand, okay? Now the, let me bring it over here, make sure, oops. My hands are so dry, it just picks everything up. Then of course, I'll just go ahead and press it nicely. Because you wanna make sure that that weight in there is just good, okay? Once you get that, you have a beautiful, you know, bottom to your curtains, and a pretty, you know, matted corner here. Once you get up here, and I can do it quickly if you, okay, let me do this real quick. Okay. There we go. The rod, by the way, on the top of my, I'll show you here in a minute. The rod is 1/4 of an inch, you know, diameter on it. So what I did, I gave the opening a 1/2 inch, okay? And that did it beautifully, had plenty of room, no problem. So, you know, some of you may want to do this, some of you may not, but I thought, you know, why not? I mean, like I said, if I'm working on something that I'm going to treasure, why don't do things right? And I want it to look very, very pretty. So once you get back in here, that's where the edges kind of where you fold it meets. Bring it in here. And kind of close it in here with one little knot in there. Make sure you don't pull the fabric. That's very important, okay? And then once I'm ready again, I bring this little corner from here to here, okay? Fold it in. This is little, so you had to kind of maneuver a little bit, but it works, okay? Okay, let me kind of bring it in. With my fingers probably do better. Here we go. All right, here we got it. And now you have your other matted corner. Then you come back in here. Make sure that everything is inside is nice and, flat, that it's not rolling or anything. And then just finish it off. Oops, excuse me. And so you basically would do the same thing on the big ones, okay? But I thought I'd go ahead and give you a quick tutorial because the 3-inch factor for the regular curtains or drapes makes a lot of difference. And let me tell you, I've done some for customers, for friends, for myself, because I move every time I turn around. They lay beautiful. I have not had any problems, including the lace curtains. Like I said, I do the lace curtains the same way. So, once you get done, you're done. Okay, now I'm gonna flatten down the other one, see, because I want them nice and flat. And this particular fabric is driving me absolutely banana, but I wanted something white, and I didn't have anything else to put in my little craft room, so hey, it is what it is sometimes, isn't it? But they're gonna look all right, so, okay. Then, of course, you will go ahead and do, and this is on the little ones, okay, only. On the little ones, because it's so tiny, and, you know, 1/8 of an inch, come on. So what I do, I fold and baste 1/4 of an inch, which you can kind of eyeball a little bit. Okay. And what is so nice about this fabric, you don't be able to tell one way or the other. And I like that. And I just baste it. Basically what I'm doing is basting. Oops. There we go. So, and like I said, it's small, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay. And you would do it this way, and then you would go ahead and press it, and then do the turn the other 1/2 inch, okay? And I leave my basting in there, and I don't cut the thread, okay? Whoops, my hands are so dry. Dry. Okay, so once you do that, make sure everything is gonna fit all right and even. So then I go ahead and do my 1/2 inch. And of course, then I finish it off with the, since I can see it on the right side, see? I do the back stitch on this one. And I'm sure you all know what the back stitch is, but I can tell you it's just easy. I go ahead and anchor it really well at the very edge of the this hem in here. Now I'm working on the right side for these little curtains. I will not do that, of course, on the big ones. You know, everything will be done by the sewing machine. And once I got it, and I got my 1/2 inch in here, and what I'm going to do is measure my other one to go on top of this one. Excuse me, what I'll do with the other one, to be sure that what I'm doing is going to be okay. Then I measure this one. It's a little together, but it's okay. Just mainly the and perfect. okay? So since it's gonna be okay, it's such a little thing anyway. And then I do the back stitch, which is going back to where you, and then come out a little bit forward, you know, and then you go back where you went in to begin with, and then come out on the other side where you came out. And I don't know how to explain it, but back stitches are easy, and I think everybody probably know what they are. Anyway, I stay on the edge, and since I have that, little 1/8 of an inch, and it's been basted, and I left the thread in there to begin with. That gives a little more stability in there too, and it stays nice. And basically that's it. So I'm not gonna finish it up because it'd be silly, but that's what you do all the way to the end, and you got your little panel done. Now, another little trick, and some of you would know too, some may wanna learn it. Whether you do in mini or little ones, or big ones, this is what I do. I do an accordion pleat. So I always start that, see, this is the front part of it, the right side. I always start with that hem. Well, actually, if they were big one, it would be more than a hem. But these are little, so I'm gonna start with a hem going in, and then out, and in, and out. And see, I wanna go the other one, the last one, to go in, and it's going to, which is perfect. Once I get that done, I get an iron, and I just press it down. And what that does, it makes it a nice little pleats for our little curtains. So it does not matter, whoops, like I said, see? So whenever you put it on, see how much better it's gonna hang if you put it on a dowel? And then you can put a, you know, a ribbon or whatever. I'm not gonna hang this on yet because I need to fix the, you know, where I'm gonna hang it, and that's gonna be a tutorial on the, you know, the miniature craft room. But just to give you an idea, see, that's really cute. And the other one, I will do exactly the same thing, okay? So they'll be just like this, see? My fingers are picking this up. I said they're very dry. And of course, when you have them like this and they're nice together, they're gonna be really, really, really cute. They're gonna hang better than if you just kind of whop it in there and do it. So take your time with it, and it will look so much prettier. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's quick, but like I said, it's just easy. My main thing was the 3 inches on either side, or a 1/2 inch, in other words, 3 times. Actually twice, because the third one you're folding it in right in where it's supposed to go anyway. And the same thing in the hem, and both sides and the hem. The top is just like if you do any other curtains, you know, just stitch it. Now if you're gonna do a very small rod, you may wanna come in here. Let me see if I can get a pencil. Come in and stitch and leave a little bit of it on the top. You can do that too, and it makes it more like a little head or two on there. It's really cute. And I may do that. I don't know. Oops, sorry. I may do that. And it also looks very nice. So either way, but I just wanted to show you how to do a little lacy curtain. And then, anyway, but don't do it with any fabric like this. I don't know what kind of fabric it is. And like I said, I looked everywhere and I wanted white, and this is all I could find around my house. So it's okay, but you know, and actually it's going to look all right when I put it on. But it's just one of those fabric that wiggles, and you know, so you don't want to do that. Try to get something that's going to lay down straight and whatever. So until next time, stay well, stay crafty, and God bless you.